Leykis 101, the ongoing on-air adult education course. It teaches men how to get more tail for less money. More importantly, we teach women how men think. I'm your professor. This is my classroom. Class is in session. Leykis 101 is an electronic course. So the classroom is wherever you are. And because you don't have direct visual contact with your professor, many people email your professor questions. Here at the classroom, you send it to Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Here's a listener from Seattle. He writes in and he says, "Hello, Tom, you kick ass. May I say I miss the SoCal babes? All sucking face, fondling each other, and then going to their men. God, I miss the bi women of SoCal. Ever since I moved here to the Seattle area, all I have found is single women with children. Can you help me with some Leykis 101 for," and he puts it in quotes, "men with no options but single gals with children? Because there are about 2% here that aren't with kids, and 99% of those 2% are friggin' dogs if they are single. I guess that's why they have no kids. Tom, help. Help us Northwest transplants out, please." Well, there's more than 2% of the populace in the Seattle area without kids, but I agree with you. The percentage, especially of white women who are single with children, is far greater than Los Angeles. And that is a problem. Fortunately, we've been to Seattle, and we do know there are single women without kids. Many of them are having to service multiple Leykis 101 students as they go because there's not enough of them to go around for everybody. But there's just no two ways about it. I mean, if you cannot find single women who are childless, you need to move again. You need to get out. But I'm telling you, there are single women without children. You are more likely to find them on the east side. I think you have less of the single moms with children in places like Bellevue than you do in Seattle proper, or Everett, or Tacoma. So I recommend you go east. Go to the east side. Go hang out there. Or go hang out at some of the clubs in Belltown where girls from the east side come to party. That's your best hope. I'm speaking as an experienced individual in Seattle. I know. That's it. Here is a letter from Bruce, an everyday listener, he calls himself. He says, "Dear Tom, I really enjoy your show. I am a true Leykis 101 student. I met a girl on the internet. I live in Kent, Washington, and she lives on Vancouver Island in Canada. We've been dating about 7 months now. The day I met her, I bought her lunch and a few beers costing around $20. Then we went to a free jazz concert, and I bought a few more beers. Total cost of our first date was under $40. We both hit it off real well. We were in Victoria on the southern end of the island, and since she lives on the northern end, she decided to follow me back to my place. We had to take a ferry to get back to Washington State, which she paid for. When we got to my house, it was late, so all she wanted to do was get to bed. She had her choice of rooms to sleep in, and she chose to sleep with me. I got tail the first night, and all for under $40. She is a good-looking girl, and I enjoy her 43 Ds. 43 Ds? Rarely do I hear an odd number in the cup-size business, but there you go. She has a nice rack, and she's a great piece of tail. Thanks, Tom. You're the man. Signed, Bruce. Congratulations, Bruce. Horny in Seattle writes in and says, "Dear Professor Leykis, my problem seems to be a reversal of the 3-date rule. I am a 30-year-old woman, and I have the hots for a 38-year-old man at work. We don't work together. We only work for the same company. Neither of us are married. Is married. We've been flirting with each other shamelessly for weeks now, but I'd like to be discreet. There are too many eyes and ears in the break room. The only place we can meet at work. I gave him my phone number about a month ago, but he has not called me yet. I don't believe he is disinterested in me, since he's been sending me as many signals as I've been sending him. He's even suggested we go out for a drink sometime. We seem to have great chemistry. How long should I wait before looking elsewhere? This guy's dragging his heels. According to the rules of Leykis 101, you would think he would jump at the chance for some free booty. I don't expect him to spend a dime on me. I just need the mail company, if you know what I mean. Can you please help? Sign me, Horny, in Seattle. Horny, I have two possibilities for you. One is that he has a relationship in place. I mean, you've only met him in the break room. He might have a girlfriend, a fiancé, a live-in. Somebody's been dating hot and heavy for a while. That's possible. And in addition to that, I don't know what you look like, dear. And even if you feel you are a 9 or a 10, it's possible that his taste is not you. Maybe you're blonde, he likes brunettes. Maybe you're white, he likes black chicks. Maybe you're Catholic, he likes Jews. I mean, I don't know. Any number of possibilities. The point is, never demean or degrade yourself. If you don't get what you need in a reasonable amount of time, just move on. Don't even wait. In fact, can I tell you something else? Don't ever wait. I mean, even if you want to continue giving somebody hints, you should have other plates spinning. Why don't you have other plates spinning? Doesn't make any sense. Here's a listener, unsigned, writes in, it says, Tom, long-time listener, but why do you always put down women for letting the guy, husband, whatever, pay? Do you pay the bills in your house, or do you split everything? I know you've been married before, so did all the exes pay their share, or what? Well, bottom line, the exes did the work around the house that I didn't have the time to do. So if they were not working, some did work and some didn't, but the ones who did not work, they were folding my towels, they were ironing my shirts, they were making my meals, and if they didn't, I had an issue with that. If you're going to pay for everything, you deserve to get services in return. Those services include, I think you should have a Bill of Rights. Your services include sex when you need it or want it, hot food on the table, clean clothes folded and in the drawers or hanging in your closet. And when you come home from work, she should already be there. When you get home, she is home. You don't come home to a dark house. If all of those conditions are met, I have no problem with paying. Problem is, most American women want you to pay for everything and then don't want to provide you with the 4 basic needs that men have to be in a relationship. If you're not getting all 4 of those needs met, make her get a job. Doesn't that make sense? Of course it does. All right, here it is, Leykis 101, the ongoing on-air adult education course that teaches men how to get more tail for less money. We teach women how men think. If you're looking to avoid a serious relationship, avoid commitment, avoid marriage, if you're looking to save money and time, the time you waste on these bitches who can't shut up, or if you simply disagree with your professor on any of the issues I've discussed on the air today or any time, now is your opportunity to respond.
Tom Leykis. Woof. Tom Leykis. Woof. 800-5800. Tom.
Women of America, wake up. If you are sleeping with a man that's actually listening to this advice, get away fast.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show, Leykis 101, 1-800-5800-TOM. He's our telephone number. I am your professor, Lisa, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a question.
Yes.
I listen to you often, and actually my husband is like a really good fan of yours, and I just want to see what your feelings on a subject.
All right.
I have a husband. We've been married for 5 years. We have...
Wait, 4 or 5 years?
5 years.
5 years.
Actually, it'll be 5 years this year in May. So actually, it's not 5 yet.
All right.
And we have 3 children together.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
I think I see the beginnings of a problem here. Go ahead.
Well, no, we've been together throughout the whole time. We haven't broken up or anything like that. I mean, it's a really good relationship. He's an awesome father and husband, and he doesn't go out or drink or anything with friends, but the problem I do have with him is occasionally he likes to get high.
Which he always liked, even before he knew you.
Right.
Right. So if you had a problem with it, here's what you should have said. I can't marry a man who likes to smoke pot.
Well, actually, when we started the relationship, he stopped.
But did he say he would stop forever?
Actually, he did.
He said he would stop forever.
Yes, it was kind of agreement that that was it.
Well, in other words, you put a gun to his head and he was horny.
No, he understood and we both agreed. I mean, we wanted to raise these awesome kids and we wanted to do everything for them, and that would be the best interest for them.
All right, but when did he start smoking again?
Actually, I think it was, I don't know, a couple years, maybe 2 years.
All right, were you married yet?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have kids yet?
Yes.
All right. So when you asked him, hey, didn't you agree not to do this? What did he say?
He said that, he apologized and he was going to stop.
Yeah. Well,
and it didn't.
The fact is, when you meet somebody who smokes pot, they're a pot smoker.
Yeah, but see, that was it. He wasn't the typical, pot smoker.
Well, he is, because he's still smoking pot.
Yeah, I guess, but it doesn't. He didn't have all of the stereotypes to go along with it, because I mean.
Well, then why are you worried about it?
It's just because I don't want him to, but I also.
Wait, you don't want him to? There's probably things you do that he doesn't like.
But of course, I would if there was something illegal, or if it was something that would cause long-term problems.
Well, pot is not going to cause any long-term problems. He's been smoking pot for years.
Oh, really?
You just said he's a great dad. You're happy with him. You have a great marriage, great relationship. So,
but occasionally,
nagging is poison for a relationship.
Well, see, and I didn't say I was nagging. It's just something that, of course, it's brought up in our relationship.
But if you bring it up more than once, it becomes nagging.
No, I don't bring it up more than once. He brings it into the relationship more than once.
No. The point is, if you bring up stop smoking pot, and he says, and then later on he does it again, you say, hey, I said, stop smoking pot. Now you're nagging him.
Oh, really? So
yes.
if he doesn't listen the first time, then what am I...
Wait a minute. You're not mommy. He does not have to listen to you.
Exactly, but I'm the mom of those kids.
Fine.
So that's why.
Does he smoke in front of the kids?
No.
So what's the problem?
But, I mean, there's going to be a time where maybe, I don't want him all, high around my kids.
Well, dear, first of all, does he get high and then hang out with your kids?
Well, no, I mean, occasionally, like on, I don't know, just on weekends or something, he wants to do that. Right.
He smokes in your room. They don't see it. They don't know about it. They don't see him acting crazy.
No.
So what's the problem?
It's just, I care about
It's just that you want to tell him what to do.
No, it's not that.
Yeah, of course it is. Because, look, I've smoked pot. I don't lie about it, okay? Pot is not going to hurt him. Granted, it's illegal, and I have to say that, of course. But having said that, it is not going to hurt him. And you got to turn the radio off, Lisa, because it gets very confusing. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, it's not hurting him. Now, if you were telling me he was shooting heroin or smoking crack, we'd be having a different conversation. But I think it's a small price to pay. I mean, you told me he doesn't go out with his buddies, doesn't go out drinking all night. He's home with the kids. He's a great father. Can't you leave him alone about this? What's the problem? It's just you wanting to be the boss.
No, it's just I do care about him, and I know that, hey, what if one of the days, he's high and, he drove to the store or something and,
Well, now that's a different issue. Smoking pot is one thing. Smoking pot and getting on the freeway is another. All right? Now, if you told me he keeps smoking pot, then he gets on the road, drives 80 miles an hour, we'd be having a different conversation. But you're not telling me that. You're telling me he goes into your room, he closes the door where nobody can see, he smokes some pot. The kids don't see it, they don't see the effects of it, and you're not telling me that he's out there driving. I mean, my God, you know how many women have to worry about their husbands going out and partying with their boys?
Well, no, and I realize that. I know a lot of people who...
He stays home.
But it's just the fact that, hey, I really would love to have a relationship where he wouldn't, resort to something.
But you
like
met
that.
a pot smoker, and he is a pot smoker. And many guys at the beginning of a relationship, they puss out, they want to get laid, they're hot to trot, and so they'll agree to anything.
No, he knew himself when we got into this relationship. He said right after us having kids, it was like no more. That was it.
But again, he thought that's what would happen. What if it was cigarettes? It could be the same thing,
Yeah, and I use that example a lot. That I would just hope that he would stop, and I don't want to.
Right, but you've told him, he heard you. There's no need to further discuss it. You cannot make somebody do something they don't want to do.
So I'm just supposed to accept?
No, you have two choices. Leave or learn to live with it and realize there's a lot worse things in a marriage than a guy who smokes a little weed on the weekend.
Do you think that's a good decision, leave?
Well,
I wouldn't say that would be...
You don't feel that strongly about it.
Well, that's right.
Well, that's my point. If you don't feel that strongly about it, it's one of those things you'll have to live with. Some guys scratch their balls. Some guys watch too much sports. Some guys like to smoke a little spliff on the weekend. If you have a good relationship, he's a good father, you should count yourself lucky and shut up. Thanks a lot for the call. It's Leykis 101. I am your professor. Toll free at 1-800-5800-TOM.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, yeah. From Los Angeles, 1-800-5800-TOM. Leykis 101, I am your professor. It's Ruth on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
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 How you doing?
Do you care?
Yes, I really do care.
I'm doing great.
Tom, I've been wanting to talk to you. I am in a mess, and a lot of my friends told me to call you because I do listen to you, and I think I agree to a lot of things you say. And what happened is I'm pregnant. I had some health problems that they were going to ruin my ovaries. Because there's cancer that goes through my family. And my best friend, who I care very much for, helped me out and got me pregnant. Well, what happened is that the time that we did it was actually on New Year's. It actually was the best sex I've ever had. And it was the first time we did it. That's what got me pregnant. And then after that, we decided to have sex just because we both liked doing it. And then, I guess when I've been wanting more, he says he just wants to be friends. Only because he doesn't want none of my friends to know that he's the father of the child I'm expecting, because he wants to keep it hush-hush. And
which you won't, you've told people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
women, boys, I hope you're hearing this. Women will never keep it secret when you have sex with them, ever. They always tell.
This is my first. The truth is I've had many miscarriages, and to me, this is the happiest moment in my life. It could be that I'm going to lose this child next week or tomorrow. I'm very high-risk pregnancy, and he knows that. And he's my best friend, and we have a circle of friends that are very close. I mean, I want to share this joy and happiness with them.
He didn't get you pregnant to do that. You made a deal.
But my question is, I know that, I understand that.
You made a deal. Does your word not mean anything?
Yes, my word does mean.
All right. Well, you told him you just wanted him to help you get pregnant. You did not say, I want a boyfriend, I want to live in, I want you to impregnate me, and then I want to tell the whole world about it. No. You asked him to do you a favor. He asked you to keep it quiet. You were supposedly going to keep it quiet.
Oh, exactly. I completely agree with what you're saying.
So now you want to change the terms of the agreement.
No, what happened is he changed it.
What? So he in the beginning said he wanted to marry you and have a baby with you?
No. There was, we're
He wanted to move in with you and have a baby with you? He wanted to tell the whole world he's the father of your baby? He said that in the beginning.
No, what he said is that he didn't mention anything about not telling anybody. At first, I think maybe what happened is that he just probably wanted to get with me.
That's exactly what happened.
But
that's why he's your best friend, dear.
Yes, and right now our friendship is a little iffy only because he says when he sees me he feels weird. But yet he calls me every night wanting to have phone sex.
Well, that's what he's interested in.
Right, exactly. You know what? And the truth is, I was thinking, well, I mean, I have friends with benefits, with privileges. I was thinking, well, maybe I could just be like that with him because the sex is great.
Right.
I mean, I'm inexperienced, and to me, I mean, he was great. And to me, just that would be fine, And, I mean, that was cool. We decided to an agreement that we'll do that. That's fine. That was going great. Suddenly, I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he started to feel things for me. I don't know. And he just decides, you know what?
Or maybe he thinks you're starting to feel things for him that he didn't intend.
Well, the thing is, he already knew.
The fact that he calls you every night for phone sex does not mean he loves you.
Right.
It does not mean that. I think you're a little confused.
Oh, I am very confused.
You think, all right, when a man calls you every night for phone sex, that does not mean he loves you.
What does it mean? What does it mean, though? That he just wants to get with me, though? Well, what is it? What does it mean?
Yeah, he's horny. Men are not complicated. Men who love you. Ever had a guy in love with you and you weren't in love with?
Yes.
Remember what it was like? The guy called you all the time? Called you at work? Called your cell phone?
But you know what?
No, let me finish. This is important, okay?
Okay.
The guy called you all the time, right? And you're saying, could you, not call me so much? Guy sends you cards or teddy bears or chocolates or gifts, or he takes you out nice places, or he arranges you to go away for a weekend to a beautiful place, and come on, you're just dating the guy. You're moving this too fast. I don't even know if I'm interested, right?
Right.
Remember that? The point is, when a guy is really into you, he talks to you all the time. And not just having phone sex. He talks to you.
Right.
He sends you things. He says romantic things to you. This guy is not doing those things. Well, it is not because he can't express his feelings. Listen carefully, he doesn't love you.
I don't love him either, to be honest with you.
Well, then what do you want?
I'm trying here to save this friendship, really.
Well, then just tell him that you don't want anything from him.
But the truth is, the thing is, I do.
That is what's ruining your friendship.
But I think it's ruining both of us because, to be honest with you, we both call each other a lot. He calls me at work. We email each other constantly, text messaging each other.
Does he ever say the following words? I love you.
No.
That's my point, that he doesn't.
But come on, to be honest with you, how many guys do really say those 3 words? Really?
With guys who mean it.
Even people that mean it sometimes don't even say,
Well, yeah, that's after they're married 20 years, dear. But in the world where guys just got with you, if they are crazy about you, they'll start saying it over and over. Haven't men said it to you before who you didn't love?
Right.
Yeah,
yes.
They have, haven't they?
Yes.
So when they love you, they say, I love you.
Do you really think, obviously, I'm not sure if you heard a situation like this. Do you think this friendship will actually work out?
Here's how it works out. You tell him, I don't want anything from you. You don't have to feel weird because I don't want anything from you. I'm not looking for child support. I'm not looking to get married. You are under no obligation to me at all. You can feel completely comfortable because I don't need or want anything from you that you don't want to give. Now, you see, I know that's not true. But if you say that, it's your best chance of saving your friendship.
Yes, yes.
If you can't say that to him, he's going to continue to feel creeped. Because here's what's happening in his head, dear. What's happening in his head is You asked him to do this, and he just wanted to have sex, so he said, okay, I'll do you a favor. Now he's afraid that you're developing feelings, and those were not part of the bargain. That's why he's creeped. Right?
Right, I guess, yeah.
What do you mean you guess? He didn't feel creeped before.
It's such a disappointment to me, that's why.
What were you expecting?
I mean, I wasn't expecting him to be that great. I'm telling you, he is wonderful.
What, in bed?
Yes.
All right. But you see, the deal is, like so many women, dear, you cannot separate sex from a relationship. He could continue to be great in bed as a booty call.
You know, I'll be honest with you, I was going to settle for that.
You were going to settle for that?
I told him that, and he agreed because we were both completely satisfied. But yet he says he feels weird around me.
But again, he feels weird around you for the same reason I'm feeling weird about this conversation. Here you are telling me you would accept a booty call, but you really want more.
Yes, but I was not going to settle for that because...
But the point is, you in the beginning, this was just like he was a stud service. He was an artificial inseminator.
Well, yeah, but...
Please help me get pregnant. Okay. And he unzipped his fly, and then he did what you asked him to do. And now that your hormones are going crazy, you're in love with this guy. And he knows it, because he's your best friend.
Yes.
Right?
Right. You tell her, Tom!
You see what I'm talking about?
You tell her, Al. You tell the truth.
All right. So you have to stop being in love with this guy and tell him, no problem. You're my friend. You're a booty call. I'll call you when I need you. You call me when you need me. Done. And he won't feel weird anymore. You can't do it because you're in love. Right?
No, I don't think I'm in love. I just...
Oh, no. Dear, 27 days ago, you were not in love with this guy. You had never had sex with him. And now you want more. You want more. You want more. 27 days. 27 days ago, he was the so-called best friend who had to sit around and listen to you talk about all the other friends you were having sex with other than him.
That's true.
I know.
To be honest with you, now that I still talk to them and he sees it that they're calling me, he gets upset and like jealous. It's like, why is he getting jealous if he supposedly doesn't want to be with me?
Dear,
what the hell is he worried about?
He wouldn't feel creepy.
Supposedly just friends, you know?
Again, dear, you are sending this mixed signal. You say you're willing to be a booty call, but in reality, you would like him to just turn around and move in with you or send out birth announcements with you or something. Something that was not the deal in the beginning. Your only hope of saving this friendship is telling him he's under no obligation to do anything and that whatever he does is fine and you guys are free agents and if he wants to call you for phone sex, that's great, and if you need a booty call, you'll call him. He'll feel a lot better. But you know what? I don't think you're going to do it.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
How are you doing?
Do you care?
God, yes. Without you, these men would be lost.
Oh, baby.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show, Leykis 101. I am your professor. 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Beth. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Beth.
How are you?
Do you care, Beth?
Very much.
I'm doing great.
Good. Hey, I'm calling because I was dating somebody over a year ago, and at the time he was going through divorce, and he went to work somewhere where he had to be out on a ship for a while, and he called me every time he came to land, and then
nailed you. He called you and nailed you, right? He came over and nailed you?
He just called me.
He just called you?
Yeah.
All right.
And
last I heard from him, he told me that he missed me and my kids. He had kids of his own, and he was going through a divorce and stuff. And then I never heard from him again. It was over a year ago. And it's been driving me nuts because I never knew what happened.
He met someone else.
He disappears with no word.
He met someone else?
Well, I got in touch with him about a week ago just by chance. I called information, found a listing for him, said, you know what? I'm not trying to bug you, but I don't know what happened. Why'd you just up and take off? No word. And he told me that his divorce, I guess, went really bad, and he had an opportunity to go to another country to work for a little while, and he was over there for like 6 months. And he went to counseling, and his counselor told him not to see anybody because he wasn't ready, and he took their advice.
He's either still with his wife or he's with someone else. I don't care.
Divorced.
How do you know?
Oh,
Did you see divorce papers?
No, I didn't.
All right, you didn't. Have you seen him at home?
No.
I mean, the guy was not in another country. He was here. You called him. He had a new phone number, a new address. He never told you what those were. You had to find him. What, he just happened to be stepping off the ship when you called?
No.
You are naive, lady. You are naive.
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, I don't.
Oh, then why don't you tell me the reason why you think he disappeared like that?
Well, he got a job offer, like I said.
No, that's what he told you.
I believe that because of what he was doing. Was he was a referee, and he would go to different places to referee, and he got an opportunity to do it in another country.
All right, so why didn't he call you when he got back?
He told me he thought that I just forgot about him and moved on because it had been 6 months.
Okay.
Which I hadn't, and I tried.
And the psychiatrist told him not to see anybody.
That's what he said.
All right, and you believed it.
Well, he always seemed like a pretty honest person. I mean,
How much experience did you? How many times did you actually see this guy in person?
Oh, we saw each other for like 3 or 4 months regularly.
3 or 4 months.
Before he took off.
Right. Where does his ex-wife live?
She's in Tacoma somewhere.
Do you know that for a fact?
Yeah, I do.
How do you know? How do you know?
Well, because I know what her name is, and when I called to try to see if he was listed, she had a number as well. I didn't call her. I would have no reason to, but she had one.
I'll bet she knows what's going on.
Well, there was 2 different numbers, though. One for her, one for him.
So what?
Numbers,
so what?
I think that he's still...
Everybody today has their own cell phones. Everybody's got their own phone number now. So what? What does that prove?
I don't know. I just was trying to figure out what to do, because when I talked to him, he told me that...
Dear, how many balls do you have in the air right now? How many plates do you have spinning? Probably none, right?
No, I don't.
Well, that's your problem right there.
Well, you have a point.
You're mooning after one guy who's being very secretive.
I'm not the type of person that just wants to screw around with, like...
I'm not. You don't have to be screwing. You could be dating. You could be having dinner. You could be going to movies. You could be going to concerts. You could be hanging out at the mall shop. I don't care. You're sitting there pathetic, sitting home waiting for word. Where is he? I don't know where he is. How did you let yourself fall so far?
I've been through a lot of bad relationships, and before he left...
And this one is no exception.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Tom does not tell us men how to think. Tom simply verbalizes... Hey, listen, bitch, now I'm talking.
I told you how to think.
Here's how conversation works. You get to talk and I listen, then I talk and you think about something else.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Send us an email. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Call our comment line 24 hours a day at 310-842-9592. We've got one more hour of Leykis 101 coming up. Don't go anywhere.
The Tom